David Otto is an international defense and security specialist. He joins me from London. Thanks for joining us. Idriss Deby was a respected and well-known figure in Chad. The region and the Western allies also love him. What do you think will be his legacy?
I think he was not just respected. Idriss Deby was much feared. He, is can only be compared to the Hollywood Rambo. Now he's gone, and he's allegedly been killed in the war front. I think, what is happening now is that the man who held the Central Africa region, the man who acted as a buffer for the Northern Africa, especially arms flow and insurgency from Libya, and the man who held the Sahel region together is now gone. And, I think that there is a huge repercussion to that if, for example, his son is unable to fill his shoes. But the legacy that he's left behind is one that, can only be assessed, in a few months or years to come, because what we see now is much about chaos than anything else, with rebels still threatening to advance towards Jamena and insurgency still growing in the region. So
France says it supports the appointment of Deby's son as president. But do you think that President Mahamat Deby will be able to fill his father's shoes in terms of Chad's fight against the militants and rebels?
I think, first of all, it's a double standard for France to support what is clearly a coup d'etat that has been organized. The constitution has been overthrown. Remember, in 2019, the French foreign minister, Jean-Yves Le Drian, had said in parliament that France had actually supported the invasion from the rebels and was on the side of Idriss Deby to prevent a coup d'etat from happening. Now we have it in 2021. The same French government is saying that they are supporting a military coup for the purpose of stability. So I think, this is going to be a very challenging a position that France has taken. And it points more to the rationale or the reasons that have been given for the death of Idriss Deby, with so many people questioning how come, he was killed in the front line when he wasn't actually in the battlefront.
That's right. And there's still a lot of questions begging for answers. But I'll put this one to you before we leave. Deby's son faces an immediate threat to his role from the same rebels accused of killing his father. What other challenges will he have as he navigates and tries to lead the country for the next 18 months? And will he succeed? What will it take for him to succeed where his father failed?
I think it's going to be a massive challenge. First of all, in the absence of the president, the National Assembly leader was supposed to take power. He's been overthrown. In order for you to become president, it's clearly stated that you have to be 45 years old. He's just 37. So he faces an immediate challenge from the rebels, some of whom were his cousins, the Timon Edemi and Tom Edemi family. And what he is going to face a very stiff opposition. But he also has a very big shoes to fill because he's got to be able to stabilize the region with the Sahel depending so much on the position that Idriss Deby, the former president, used to play. Nigeria will be depending on Chad, and all the other regional states. So I think it's a massive challenge for the young Kaka, or General Mahamat, as they call him. But, it's still very early. And the next, weeks or months will be very challenging for the region.
David Otto, I think it's only right to say may his soul rest in peace. Thank you so much for speaking to us. David Otto is an international defense security specialist. Thank you for speaking to Africa Matters.